What is up, everybody? It's your boy Flashhawker, the 96 Hedgehog here with our Week 7 TBL Team Builder. We are going against the St. Louis Charizards and Coach Hef Nasty, my boy, who's been the only one of the main guys in the Pick'em crew that picked me to win games. So, shoutouts to Hef. But this is going to be a bit of a tough matchup for us here. I think this is definitely winnable still, but it's not going to be exactly easy. This building was definitely a little difficult to do, but I think I built the right team for this matchup, and I think I got the team to win this game. Excuse me, as you can clearly see, today is about 3:30 in the morning, and I am still awake somehow. I don't want to go to bed after this, but I wanted to get this done so I can be ready to go. But that said, let's go ahead and break down this matchup. Before that, if you guys are excited, leave a like, if you haven't already, subscribe if you are new, join the Flashhawker crew today because you'll be the king of the crew. And with that being said, let's break down this matchup. We are going into this matchup here with a 4-2 record +5. As of right now, until one matchup has happened, we are actually sitting back as the number 2 seed in our division, so that's really big right there after our big win last week. If you didn't check that out, go check it out there. But Hef has got a hard team, man. Hef, I think, is in the top 3 or 4 in his division right now. So he's definitely a very big player. He needs this win, I think, to really help him kind of solidify a good chance at securing the 3rd or 4th seed, since top 4 in each division will be going into the playoffs in a randomized bracket, I would assume. We would also, if we win this matchup, should, in theory, clinch us our playoff spot as well. Again, in theory. So, really big matchup, big chance for us to score some big dubs this week, and could make us be a good playoff contender going into the season. But looking at Hef's team, he has got Mian Xiao, Zero Aura, Slowking. Starting to hate Slowkings a little bit. Chandelure, Landorus, Caparajah, Galarian Moltres, Clefairy, Drampa, and Roselia. So looking at his team has only 3 Rockers and 1 Spiker and T-Spiker. So he's a bit of a hazard stacker, but if you look at his removal, he only has 2 removals in Drampa and Landorus. 1 which is unexistent, and then 1 that is kind of you don't want to force. So hazard stacking against him definitely is very viable and optional against his team. So definitely something to note there. We do kind of force some heavy-duty boots prep on his team, so excuse me. I think that's going to really come into our advantage there. But looking at his team, I don't think he's going to bring Roselia. I don't think Roselia matches up. Even with the Violet, I don't think it's going to do really that much in this matchup. Drampa definitely has some merits to come, but it's just super slow. It's not the best defensive-wise. Unless he built it very, very, very defensive. But otherwise, I don't really see it doing that much. Clefairy could be a possible bring in case he is very worried about things like Hydreigon and stuff like that, but I do have some things that can just kind of flat out outbeat it. Because Sheer Force is really good in terms of how I was set up with my Tauros. And excuse me, in that regard, so I definitely think we got some very viable options there. Galarian Moltres, I definitely could be seeing bring to this matchup. It's just a very offensive monster against our team, and if I do not play around that thing correctly, I am going to straight up lose. So I definitely have to be very careful. So looking at the main 6, Mian Xiao, fighting types. Like I said, I don't have really good answers to fighting types on my team, and plus the move pool for Mian Xiao is just insanely good. This definitely could be his Scarfer of his 2 options. I'll go, well, 3 actually, and I'll go over the others once we get to him. But Mian Xiao, definitely a scary threat. Definitely one of the 2 best options he has for a Scarfer, in my opinion. Just because U-turn knockoff, close combat, and then Poison Jab. Poison Jab just for like Sylveon. Otherwise, 3 stab hits. But the only thing that he can't really do is if he doesn't have Zen Headbutt or Earthquake, if he doesn't lose either one of those, he has no coverage for Nidoqueen, so he might have to be stuck with maybe not having coverage for Nidoqueen, depending on the matchup itself, so I don't know. Zero Aura, it's a Zero Aura. Yeah, we have Nidoqueen, but besides Nidoqueen, what else do I have for that thing? Nothing, really. Really nothing. I have nothing for that Pokemon. So Zero's coming. Slowking, I was debating on whether or not Slowking's going to come, and there could still be a possibility Slowking doesn't come. But I think that what Slow King offers him is another good spit wall for his team, which I think is really important. It's just a goodbye. Excuse me. It comes on some really good switches on my water types. It's also a decently good switching towards my flying type on our job. So definitely a very annoying mon. If we don't see it, that's great. But if we do see it, do need to be on the lookout for any possible trick room on Slogan to help Kaparaja in case Kaparaja is super offensive. Or if it's room service Chandelure potentially, but this is another one of the potential Scarpers I see on his team. But I honestly think could potentially run the Sub Calm Mind variant or sub 3 attacks. It also could run choice specs and just really dent my team insanely hard. So definitely something to know with that. Landorus, again, another really solid, good ground type with a flying typing that doesn't get a benefit from, but definitely pressures like a good chunk of my team. Definitely another one of his potential Scarfers, unless he really thinks he needs defog, that this will definitely be his choice of the Pokemon he wants to have against me. Kaparaja, I think, is a very great mon against my team. Yeah, it's dirt slow, but he can always take hits and go from there. It's definitely a mon I'm going to have to be very, very careful of the potential Assault Vest set, potential Choice Band, Life Orb, Sheer Force, stuff like that. So definitely something I got to make sure I'm very careful about. But like I said, I could see Kaparaja probably getting swapped out for potentially Clefairy and Moltres, and then there could be a possibility that Slogan gets swapped out for, again, this set other two, potentially in that evidence. So that's the team I expect him to be bringing against me. So let's go break down the team we did. I had a little bit of a tough time building this one just because I didn't know exactly what I wanted. But this week we're going, though, with the power of the berries in some choicey situations here. First off, we're kicking off with Jalen, aka Cherry Man Cake. I decided to change this to Jalen just because Jalen, I think, has been down in the dumps, and I think naming him after a really cool mon that I love from Generation 4, I think it helped cheer him up. But we have our Lux right here with Agility, Ice Wing, Facade, Wild Charge. Basically, Facade gives us a secondary stab, essentially. But pretty much, basically, dual stab plus Ice Fang basically just wins the game for me. With this set, even if I go -1, Ice Fang guarantees still kills the lander since it is very heavily invested in HP and defense. Then it is possibly a roll to kill after the Intimidate drop. So definitely something to note with that. Luxor, once it gets agility off, I believe is faster than Scarf Landorus, which I'm pretty positive about. So basically, once Luxury sets up with an agility, it just starts clicking buttons and claiming 1 or 2 kills. Which its job is definitely to just do that. It's just to break and just break hard. So definitely really good Pokemon here. Excuse me. Up next, we have the MVP of the squad, Nidoqueen, who hasn't been able to do too much because some other mons are just taking away her spotlight. But we have Indigo Nidoqueen here with Ice Beam, Earth Power, Thunder, and Super Fang, 132 in HP, max special attack, modest nature, 124 in speed. Now, the speed here is a little weird, that you might look and think it's not making sense. This outspeeds, I'm pretty sure, most of his bulk, but what's mostly important is that this will outspeed a defensive Landorus with no speed investment. So if Landorus is brought to be defensive and has no speed investment, which definitely would be more a potential chance that he may or may not even put any no speed. And depending on that speed, it could be the difference of him outspeeding me. But in regards, I basically get a free chance to get a kill here because we are working the Sugar Berry. So in case his Landorus is Nidoqueen lead off here, the goal here is to either let him set up his rocks, because I really don't care for rocks on my side of the field. I mean, it would neutralize one of my main mons on my team that could really do a lot of work, but I would be willing to sacrifice that if I can get rid of Landorus. Because if I get rid of Landorus, that opens up the door for my Luxray, that opens up the rest of my team to not be intimidated, and plus I can make easier sweep plays on my team without Landorus not being there. So, Nidoqueen might be the lead of choice in this matchup, so definitely depending on what he brings is definitely going to be a big factor. And again, it also depends on if he's assault vested or if he's super Spadef with his Slow King. I feel like it's going to be more of a physical defensive, like HP and defense wise, in terms of bulk. So if I get my Super Fang off, he's not leftovers, and I land my Thunder, I'm pretty sure I have the roll either 50-50 or a little bit in my favor to kill with Thunder, with me being max special attack. So definitely a really good chances are there for us there to do some work. Up next, we're bringing Joey the Toros here with Body Slam, Ice Beam, Earthquake, and Fire Blast. Being a little bit of a risky choice here in this matchup is that I'm actually going to be going with Speed Outspeed Landorus. I know, it sounds really weird that I'm going to go for Landorus versus Mian Shao, where I can easily outspeed Mian Shao, go with Mian Shao's Scarf, and go from there. Excuse me. Which, yeah, I could do, but I need certain investments for certain things. With this investment, with the 60 HP investment, with the naive nature, I guarantee kill with ice. I pretty much guarantee kill with ice beam unless I believe get an absolute low roll that I don't kill. But basically, with the investment, I guarantee kill unless he's super HP invested. 72 in HP, rest into attack without the speed, just so we can be able to hit pretty hard. Earthquake has the Caparaja, enough to potentially do a 2 KO. Fire Blast is also on there for the Caparaja to deal with that. But Earthquake's also a really good move to hit the Chandelure, which is really good as well on the potential switch, which is really good there. And then Body Slam Spam is just really, really good with the Chandelure, so that's something to know with that. Up next, we're bringing back our Serena Dalla here with Triple Axel, High Jump Kick, Power Up, and Knockoff. Just a fully offensive set. Again, made to outspeed a defensive Landorus. Basically, is that the idea of Serena is just hopefully just try to break. I'm risking it with Oka. I'm very, very, very much risking with Oka. The goal is to hopefully have Chandelure weaken to the point where knockoff from Serena will guarantee kill and just put it in range. Or if we can just take about just a mere 10% chip, or even maybe roughly 5% chip on that Chandelure, we can really put ourselves in a position to where we can do some work. So if he goes for a Shadow Ball and his Oka Berry and we go still able to hit regardless, it's going to be definitely a bit of a waste of an item, but I think it's worth it in my honest opinion just to have something there. Triple Axel basically will guarantee kill the Landorus. Excuse me. And depending on how well he built his Moltres, excuse me, oh my god. Something's in my throat or something. Triple Axel could kill, so we have to be very smart, and I think having knockoff is really good as well, just to make sure we can do some items. Now, we were trying to do this set, I think, before, but it never got to shine, and I think we might have got, no, I don't think we got 4. I just think the set didn't get a chance to shine, I think is what it was. But we are running Choice Bandit Archie-ups this week, enough speed to outspeed that Mian Shao, rest in HP and attack. Obviously, I don't outspeed certain things on his team regardless, but with this, I pretty much will do outspeed everything on his team, barring Scarfers, which is really good there. And if he's got a Scarfer, I have to pay the Piper and try to just take it. I was really debated on running Scarf on this, but I just feel like Choice Bandit was so much more better. It just hits so much harder and offers me a lot of good things. Like, this is something I might be willing to sacrifice to know certain information. And if I get my certain information, it's great. Now, this is a lead Landorus. I 2KO Landorus with my Stone Edge regardless. Crunch is there just to be able to handle the slow row, and I do have Tailwind on there as a good supporter piece. In case I can try to use it in case he's not tripping on slow. Overall, our ship's job is just to really just try to be another breaker for this team. Same thing with a potential breaker / late cleaner, if anything. We have our boy Grindoa, the Hydreigon here with Dragon Meteor, Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse, and Fire Blast. Fire Blast there just strictly for the Caparaja to be able to 2KO that, and then Dragon, excuse me, Dragon Stab to be spam freely because I really don't think he's bringing this fairy type. I really don't think he does. I'm really debating if I want to put Flash Can on there or not, but I already have things like Nita Queen to kind of deal with it, so. And plus I can play around it if I have to. To use some things. But basically, Hydreigon is meant to outspeed everything on his team. Outspeeds any Scarfer besides Mian Shao. If Mian Shao is really scarfed, then that kind of sucks, but it'll be worth it. This potentially might be my lead based on matchup, just to drop a Draco potentially, or a Dark Pulse, depending on what is in front of me in terms of lead. So, but in regards, I think Hydreigon's going to be able to be a good breaker as well, and just kind of help support the team in terms of weakening them down. So, excuse me. That is going to be it for the team builder. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the first soccer here today because we build a team through. And with that being said, I will see you guys for the week 7 battle. Hopefully we get the win and get a chance to go straight to the playoffs. And if not, we have 3 more chances, so that really helps us there. But thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.